Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Good stuff. So, what's the mighty Psycho going to go off and do today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you know what? I've never done one of these vinyl tags. I know they've been out in the VC for the last couple of years, okay? And you know what? I decided why not. I thought I'd throw one in. I heard there's multiple different versions of the vinyl tags, but maybe I'll explore those at another time. But currently the one we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, is the first one that I saw, which was of course Rob Walker's, okay? So we're going to go down the line on all these 20 questions, ladies and gentlemen, 20 questions. I got about 19 out of 20, all right? Excuse me. So, question number 1, favorite new release of 2022. So, I was very, very surprised when I picked up this album, which was the first new album from this band since 2011. Journey's Freedom, that's right. So, you were talking here, okay, this is a double LP. Here's what you're looking like on this one here. There's the back. This one here I ordered from Talk Shop Live, okay? It's just regular straight black vinyl, by the way. But I got signed by Neil and Arnell and Jonathan Cain, you know, despite all the differences that are going on right now. This is a very impressive album to me, okay? This is probably one of the best Journey albums that's been done, at least probably in the last 20 years, okay? You even have flashes of funky Journey in this album here, okay? I would suggest give this a listen, but this was my favorite album of 2022 that came out. So, Journey's Freedom. Question number 2, the last band or solo saw live. Now, okay, you know, we're talking most people got to go back to concerts for the first time in 2 years, right? I only got to go to 2 shows last year. Now, I don't know if we're staying vinyl-centric or just trying to answer the question, so I have a double answer for this. Technically, the last concert that I went to was August of 2022. Trout Fishing in America, a really cool folk act. They do folk, they do a little comedy, they do children's music. They've been around since 1979. It's a duo, okay, same duo. They live over in near Prairie Grove, Arkansas now. They started out in Texas, and just a real fun concert. And this is the last album they put out, Safe House, from 2020. Excellent album. Go check these guys out. But if we're vinyl-centric here, then we have to go back to April of 2022 for the first time in 25 months seeing a concert. We got to see here in Northwest Arkansas the legendary Kate Brothers. That's right. These guys were more known in the 70s. Union Man was their top 25 hit. The first couple albums was on Asylum, and then the last one in the late 70s was Atlantic Records. You've got here, I just got the autographs of both Kate Brothers and Terry Cagle, who happens to be the nephew of Levon Helm. Kate Brothers knew Levon Helm and Ronnie Hawkins and all the members of the band. The Kate Brothers also, in the early 80s, if I remember correctly, also were touring members of the band when the band attempted the reunion without Robbie Robertson. That was that album, and then this is the first album. Okay, I got them to sign that. Question 3. Their first album was the best. We're going to go back to 1978 for this. Molly Hatchet, self-titled. That's right. This was a great album. It could have been better if Ronnie Van Zant lived. He was the one that was originally supposed to produce this LP, But this thing shines all the way through. You got Bounty Hunter, you got Gator Country, you got The Creeper, Dreams I'll Never See, which opens up side 2. I will always love that track. And so here's the front, here's the back. Sad to say, everyone that has been on this album are all passed away. So, Mallory Hatchet, 1978. Hat Trick. This is where you're not going to get complete, because I haven't bought a cassette in forever. Okay, it's just the only cassettes that I purchase now are cassettes of hair metal or heavy metal bands that I cannot find the album on vinyl or CD. But I will say that I used to have all this group's albums on cassette. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the Beatles' White Album. That's right. I actually have 5 copies of this thing. If I can find it in decent shape and in a decent price, I go off and I buy these damn things. Original, Capitol Records, whatever. This one here, of course, was the 3 CD with the Escher demos, okay? So we got that as well. Yes, I did have the double cassette. This one here, which is 2,014,382, has got all the pictures and the poster with it. But you know what? Why stop there? Why stop there on a hat trick? Why can't we go off and do a quartet, ladies and gentlemen? What am I talking about? Vinyl, CD, cassette, and an 8-track. Oh yes, you could do that, by the way, for any major album that came out up to November 1988. That's right. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits was the last major album to come out on 8-track, through, of course, the record clubs, right? All right. Well, wait a minute. We could even go better than that. How about a quintet? Oh, now you know you're thinking of going, what the hell's a quintet? Well, you've got album, cassette, CD, 8-track, and if it's an album before 1977, reel-to-reel. That's right. Yes, I am told that Led Zeppelin's Presence is one of the last reel-to-reels to come out. You had to join a record club to have gotten that option. But still, you could go off and go even more than that. And I know you're like, Psycho, will you get to the damn point? This is annoying. You can go for the sextet. And I'm not talking about that lousy movie with Mae West and Timothy Dalton from 1978 with the cool little guest star appearances of Alice Cooper, Keith Moon, and Ringo Starr. No, no, no. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about a sextet. Vinyl, cassette, CD, 8-track, reel-to-reel, and, wait for it, wax cylinder. That's right. Hey, that 163 wax cylinder box set of the Beatles' Let It Be might be gathering dust in somebody's old-timey record shop, but I bet you damn well you could get yourself your own sextet. That's no fooling. All right, enough nonsense. Number 5, album that starts and ends with the same letter. How about Eve from 1979 from the Alan Parsons Project? And we shall call it the Alan Parsons Project. Yes. This, of course, this sleeve was from Hypnosis. All right. Here's your front. There's your back. There was a rumor going around about this particular album cover that some of the sores were real. Okay, because as you could see, they're wearing mesh netting. I don't know how true that is, but it is still a cool album. And basically, I know Lucifer was a big hit in the UK, and oh man, Damned If I Do was the other one off of here. Okay, Alan Parsons' Eve from August of '79. Question 6: Born in the same year as you. Oh, well, one of the best best bands, period. In 1967, they were known as Soft White Underbelly. But by 1971, after being the Stock Forest group, they turned into Blue Oyster Cult. Ladies and gentlemen, I will confess, I'm a member of a cult, the cult of the Blue Oyster, where we don't fear the Reaper, we love Godzilla movies, and we're always burning for you. That's right, Blue Oyster cult. This here is the 1988 semi-hard-to-get Imaginos album. Alright, most listened to album in 2022. Now, this is seriously on this. These next two are kind of related here from 7A. What number is this, Chip? 7A. Mickey Dolenz, Dolenz Sings Nesmith. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful album. Circle Sky almost sounds borderline India raga-ish. You get just beautiful. The band is wonderful. The arrangements and the delivery. Mickey Dolenz still has the goods, okay? And Papa Nez wrote some fantastic material. This cover here is basically a homage to the Nilsson Sings Newman album cover from back in the 70s. Number 8, most listened to artist in 2022. Pretty much, it was a tribute all year long. I'm talking about Mr. Michael Nesmith, who I just ended up talking about. This is, and the hits just keep on coming. This is the original press, but I do have the one from 7A. Mike Nesmith, a cornerstone of country rock, and in my opinion, the soul of the Monkees, seriously. Number 9, you know, I didn't want to go, it says here Australian artist or band. I didn't want to go with my knee-jerk reaction, which would have been AC/DC. I didn't do that. Instead, I went Little River Band. Yeah, the answer from Australia, okay, the Australian version of the Eagles. That's who I always thought the Little River Band sounded like, okay? Signed by Wayne Nelson, by the way, who at that time, the only American in the lineup. Right now, Little River Band is a tribute band. That's sad. We wish this would be rectified. But Little River Band, mid-70s to early 80s, had hits a-cookin'. Number 10, surprising purchase of 2022. How about this? This really did surprise me. I love the Everly Brothers, but we're talking two Yanks in England. This is a mono, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's right. White label promo in near minty shape. You got lots of people guesting on here, but basically the Hollies are your backing band. But on some other tracks, you got a guy by the name of Reg Dwight, aka future Elton John. This album really, really is good. This should have been a hit in '66, but it wasn't, and that's sad. Very, very sad. All right, number 11. Artist, band, you're complete on. Now, I'm talking about here in my heart, complete in regards to I have all of the original studio albums. Alright? All 9 of their original albums and then their reunion material. I have those. I am missing a couple compilations, which I'm looking for. But who are we talking about? Who does Psycho love? The Monkees. That's right. You're damn right it's going to be the Monkees. This here, 1982 picture disc of Monkey Business. Very, very cool stuff here. I'll give you a couple little examples. Yeah, I brought some. How about, now this is a Rhino press, but a head signed by Mickey and Davey. Yes. They were all cool. The only one I didn't get to meet was Mike, but I did get a wave and a chuckle. Birds, Bees, and Monkeys in stereo. This one here, original first press. Yes, there was a reissue. I'm still looking for the mono. Anybody got a mono copy they want to sell semi-decently priced? Let me know in the comments. Here's one here. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones. Inglorious mono. UK copy. Yep, I know. They colored it a little, but for $5, I wasn't going to pass that up. And their Independence Headquarters. Yes, yes, yes. I love. My favorite album is Pisces Aquarius from that band. All right. Number 12, great run of 3 albums. There were several different ways I could have went with this, but I'm like, you know what? No, we're gonna go 1971, 72, 73. We're talking about Badfinger, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best, the most tragic band of the 1970s, along with Lynyrd Skynyrd. Badfinger deserved better in life and in karma, and they didn't get it. But they sure damn gave us some great albums. No Dice Here is your number 1, followed by Straight Up, produced by Todd Rundgren and George Harrison. And lastly, the last album to come out for Badfinger on Apple, Ass. That's your 3 run on that. Badfinger. 13, 80s soundtrack. Now I'm going to tell you something truthfully. I've given away a lot of my soundtracks, all right, to other friends, and I've sold some too, right? So this is about as close as you're going to get to a soundtrack here. This is an epitome of a soundtrack song that everybody knows from the 80s, okay? I'm talking about Survivor's Eye of the Tiger. You know, Rocky, that's right. Signed by Jim Peterick, nevertheless. Twice. You can't see the silver part, but I got to meet the Ides of March in their reunion gigs and met Peterick. I'm telling you, Eye of the Tiger, if that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what the hell does. And if it also doesn't make you think of 80s montage, I just don't know, okay? Then you're dead. That's how we got about this. Question 14, we lost him in 2022. Yes, we're going to go into the month of December here, all right? Yeah, Christine McVie, ladies and gentlemen, the songbird herself. You know what? Truthfully, her and Lindsey Buckingham were my favorite members of Fleetwood Mac in regards from 1970 to the end. Miss her. Disappointing purchase in 2022, question 15. Thank God I only paid $2 for this. Jimi Hendrix and Curtis Knight. Yes, one of those exploitation albums. Get That Feeling on Capitol Records, 1967. Lord, is this thing awful. I love Hendrix, but that's awful. Non-vinyl purchase. Okay, I happen to go to an antique mall. This would be about late summer, all right. Found John Kay's Magic Carpet Ride. Love Steppenwolf. I really, really do. And it was $7 or $8. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but I'll tell you this. It's autographed. Oh, yes. It's autographed by Mr. K himself. That is an awesome book, by the way. Go check that out. You can get it at Steppenwolf's official store, too. You found a grail. Question 17. Yes, I did. I did find a grail at a Goodwill here in town in a box of gospel albums. I found this from 1972, Jeremy Spencer and the Children of God. Yes, we're talking about the Cult, okay? Not Firewoman. We're talking the Cult, the Children of God. Here's the front, here's the back. And I think basically everybody, but you notice this Grim Reaper fellow here, everything else looks kid-like, right? If you saw this, you'd think, oh, this is a kid's album or a religious album, like Bullfrogs and Butterflies. No, it's Jeremy Spencer and the Children. And this thing's strange. It's cool in parts, but boy, is it strange. And for me to find an OG on that, I don't even know if it ever got reissued. Let me know in the comments. Number 18, space-themed album sleeve or song. One of my favorites. Had to go back to 1962. Found this for 10 cents at a battered women's shelter resale shop. Couldn't believe the condition. Meet George Jetson. That's right. The original TV soundtrack to the Jetsons on Colpix. This sucker, I am told, is not that easy to find. It's really, really not. And so there's your space theme on question 18. Question 19, show some VCLT or a present. Okay, I cannot remember who sent this to me, and I apologize. You'd have to go way back because I did a video way back. But I was gifted some albums from Blood Rock, that's right. You've got Jim Rutledge, all right, who he lead sings on this one. And then after that, Warren Ham, singer and musician extraordinaire. He's been with Ringo Starr for a while on some of his tours, but I did not have either of these Blood Rocks. The band out of Fort Worth, Texas. Good stuff there. Lastly, question 20, show an album from 1973. How convenient that this band has gotten back together for a 50th anniversary tour of said album. Nectar's Remember the Future, one of the best. Seriously, this and Tab in the Ocean are my favorite Nectar albums. Signed, by the way, from the 3 members that are still alive and in the touring lineup of this. Here's the front, here's the back. Beautiful stuff. So there, my friends, is the 20 questions in the vinyl tag for Rob Walker's edition. I hope everybody has some fun. You know, I've seen a lot of the vinyl tag videos around here. You guys are doing such a great job. Not that you need me to tell you this, but it's so varied and wonderful. So get in on this if you want to. Get in on this. Have some fun. Pick your brain a little bit, okay? Go a little outside of the box for some. It'll be all good. And Rob and everybody else out there, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys take care. God bless. Rock on. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, powered by coffee each and every time. God bless.